And for further analysis on the French president's visit to Egypt's El Arish city today, we're joined from Cairo by the legal linguist and political analyst, Dr. Osama Rasslan. Welcome to Qnews, Dr. Rasslan. And let's start by asking you, what do you think the large turnout of citizens from North Sinai and other Egyptian governorates indicates about the level of public support for President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's leadership, especially regarding the Gaza issue?
Thank you for having me. As we can see through your screen, it is a large, if not historic, turnout in this dear part of the Egyptian soil. And it shows the unequivocal support by all Egyptians to their political leadership and, more broadly, the national rights-based and historic stance of Egypt when it comes to the Palestinian cause. As you know, you may hear different opinions among Egyptians on some domestic economic or financial decisions. But for this specific issue, the Palestinian cause, it is always a good bet for anyone that Egyptians stand united behind their president and their state institutions. It is a firm stance.
A firm stance,
for
yes.
A just cause by the country that has provided the most for the Palestinian cause since its inception.
So how do you interpret the symbolism of the banners and chants displayed by the crowd, particularly the messages of solidarity with the Palestinian people and the rejection of the idea of displacement? We have all seen this on the screen. We have seen how the people gathered to holding those banners. How do you read them?
Yeah. Egyptians take the Palestinian cause as the amalgam, the epitome of their historic, national, religious, political, and brotherly duties towards their Palestinian sisters and brothers. That's why you may very well take those chants and banners as clear signs of genuine and honest expression of the nationwide stance towards Palestinians, including chants that express full support to the president, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, such as "We are with you" and 100 million Egyptians watch your back, President. Gaza is not for sale. From the river to the sea, Palestine shall be free. No to displacement. We sacrifice our souls for Palestine, etc. So it is unmistakable how Egyptians are united at this crucial moment when the Palestinian cause is facing what you may call an existential threat. Egypt, and by Egypt here I mean both the people and the government, have declared their utter rejection for any ideas and plans for the displacement of the people of Gaza and the West Bank. And according to the Egyptian president, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, plans for displacement are grave injustice and grim violations of international law that we would never be seen part of.
So how does this coordination between Egypt and France, especially in terms of humanitarian aid to Gaza, actually reflect broader international efforts to address the crisis? And what role does Egypt play in these efforts?
Great role, actually. So far, Egypt takes pride in playing the most honorable role when it comes to providing aid to Gaza since the outset of the Israeli genocidal effort against Gaza in late 2023. Of all global aid efforts, Egypt has provided about 70 to 75%, despite the non-conducive economic conditions in Egypt. Still, if we join hands with the political leader of Europe, France, of course, then we can provide a sense of a counterbalance to the full U.S. siding with Israel at the expense of any legal and humane norms and rules. And we can also help channel more political pressure on Israel and therefore more aid into Gaza through collective European efforts. And we all remember that France has provided a hospital ship that is now off the Egyptian El Arish coast in coordination, of course, with the Egyptian state to provide medical treatment to injured Gazans. And by the way, history tells us that Egypt and France, when they join forces, they can bring about breakthroughs to regional dilemmas. And a good example for this is the Cairo-Paris effort to defuse the grim situation in Beirut in 1982, when the Israeli occupation army was besieging Beirut. It was the joint effort by Cairo and Paris in the first place that brought about a solution to that situation. So hopefully something similar will be seen soon.